Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Abundance Lifestyle Show. Today we are featuring Linda Tyler. She is the hostess of the Daily Dose Call. We're super excited to have her on here. And please remember, put your comments and questions down below, and we'll answer them all through the week. You can watch the replay all week, and there's a roster on my YouTube channel of the past shows. It was Dr. Ariaza last week, Avilia Ariaza the week before with mineral makeup. That was fabulous. So if you want to see the past shows, you can go to the YouTube channel for those too. Today we're super excited to have Linda Tyler on our show. We are all about abundance and freedom and growing a premium lifestyle. And this woman is a very successful businesswoman. She has done this call for 7 years. I don't know how. It's 5 days a week. Crazy good. But we're super excited to talk to her today and find out more about Linda Tyler, the powerhouse woman.
Thank you.
And we'd like to say welcome, Linda. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Becky. I so appreciate you and all that you do, and I love it. Abundance, lifestyle, yes, that's what we're all about. I love it.
Baby.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. We're so excited that you're on. And we should start out with finding out more about Linda Tyler, the woman. We hear you all the time. You're so great on the calls. But we don't ever hear about you because you're always interviewing somebody else, and you got great people on there all the time. Can you tell us something about your childhood, where you grew up, and more about Linda?
Awesome, Becky. Well, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was born and raised there till I was 15. My mom was a computer scientist. Her and my dad got divorced, and so she decided to relocate. And she relocated here to Columbia, Maryland. And I've just been here. I went to high school here. I got married here in Maryland. I went to college here in Maryland.
Wow.
And I have a daughter who's 24 years old. Amazing young woman, just the light of my life, even at 24. And she graduated from James Madison University, working on her law degree at Georgetown. She does marketing at Saks Avenue. So I'll probably talk more about her than me, but I'm so
we can do that all day long, right?
Yes. I'm so proud of the young woman that she has become and becoming, and just the light of my life. I've been with Longevity. I came over with President Andreoli from FDI. So when Longevity acquired FDI, I kind of stayed, and I mean, it was the best decision I made, because I'm not one of those people who like change. I don't like change at all. I am, if it's not this way, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to, let me go do something else, because something's changing. I hate change. But I was so happy. President Andreoli made a great decision in you know, this acquisition of Longevity, acquiring FDI, and it changed my life, my business. I was able to pay for my daughter's 4-year college education, buy her a little condo, you know, and just like
for you.
Just life-changing opportunity with FDI Longevity, and meeting great people like you, Becky.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Wow, that's very impressive. So did Bill Andreoli, did he own FDI? And what is FDI? Can you tell us something?
Yes, he did. He was the CEO and founder of FDI, which was Financial Destinations. We were a financial company. We helped people fix their credit, get out of debt, you know, any financial services. That's what we did. Taught people how to, you know, how to invest their money better, things like that really we even need right now. And those services are still available if you look in your back office, in your Longevity back office. If you look under FDI, it's still there.
So are you involved with that still? Your daughter must be a brainiac, because you must be a brainiac if you're doing all that stuff.
She has a bigger brain than I do. Yeah.
Yeah, we like that.
A brainiac, but if somebody calls me, and I mean, I'm 90 for life. Everything I do is Longevity, 90 for life. I mean, that switch, because I have a team of, thousands of people who, and obviously there was some attrition because of that, because people don't like change. And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, if somebody calls me, hey, Linda, I need to get my credit fixed, or I need to get out of debt, can you help me? Those services are still available, and yes, I can still help them, with that. Absolutely.
Wow. So you mentioned longevity. Can you tell us what longevity is and why longevity, what you like about it?
Well, it's funny because when you ask me what is longevity, one of the things that I tell people, if somebody says, well, what is longevity? I'll say, well, it's about transportation. And they're like, transportation? What does that mean? I say, I transport you from where you are right now to where you want to be. So this is not, yes, we sell health and wellness products, it's true, and many other things, but that's not what we're about. We're about people. We're about changing lives. We're about making a difference. We're about, helping people make dreams come true. We're about, just as you said, freedom. We're about abundance, and that's what this company is about, changing lives, helping people open up their mindsets to something greater, something bigger, and I believe that longevity is the vehicle to making big dreams come true.
I
Absolutely.
think so too. And why do you feel like that? It's MLM, network marketing, and
Yes.
I feel like the same way with longevity. Why do you particularly think that about longevity, and why MLM in general?
Well, let me just say, with President Andreoli, that was my very first MLM experience. I was a former school teacher. I taught math, 6th and 7th graders, and I absolutely loved it. But as I sat there, it really wasn't the kids, it was more the teachers who, they were 40, 50, 30, 40, 50 years teaching and miserable, unhappy, probably because of their paycheck. And I was like, I can't live my life like this. I need freedom, abundance. I wanted to be able, when my daughter was in high school, and she was in middle school, she did dance and soccer and so many things. And I wanted to be able to go there. And guess what? Being a school teacher didn't allow me to do that. So 7 years ago, I quit my job and I started FDI, which is now Longevity, and I didn't really know why. All I knew is I saw something that maybe it could change my financial future forever. Maybe it could help me. The one thing that I realize is that the best way to help people that are less fortunate than you is not to be one of them. So I said I needed to do something different. And with a teacher's paycheck, basically living negative paycheck to negative paycheck as a teacher, even though I was making, people would call $55,000 a year pretty decent money, but I just saw something greater in MLM, something that would allow me to have the freedom and abundance that you talk about, that would just help me to be the best mother that I could be there when my daughter's soccer games and her dance recitals, and in the middle of the day she calls me and says, hey mom, we have this going on, can you come? And before, guess what I would have to say? No, sweetie, I gotta go to work. So it was greater than just money. It was just lifestyle, like you said, a lifestyle change that could ultimately change my future, my daughter's future, and it helped me impact the world as a whole.
Wow. That's really powerful. And there's so many people stuck in that trap where they want to be having more time with their kids, more
Yes,
freedom to go do things with their kids, or more money to even buy, soccer or dance or whatever. It's expensive to do all that stuff. And
yes,
let them be able to have the freedom to go enjoy it with them. That was one of my big draws too, is I have 5 kids. I still have 2 at home. And
wow,
I want the time with them too. I mean, they grow up so fast, as you know.
yeah.
And I mean, it's really, really empowering. And speaking of empowering, your show is, the nickname of it is the Breakfast Empowerment Hour.
Yes.
And I'm wondering how you feel about MLM, as far as women go, like no glass ceiling. Do you think it's particularly appropriate or helpful for women in the workplace? As a
MLM, you're talking
question.
about MLM, right?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I think that, so many women, I think that they want to make more money. I think, I can't remember what the statistic is because I don't want to say it and then it be wrong, but there's a very high statistic that it takes 2 incomes to run a household. And so I think that women want to be able to do something and to work, but also feel like that they are making enough of a contribution that can help their husband or significant other or whomever they're with. So yes, I think that this is the way to go. I know that it is, but it's finding something that you love, that you're passionate about. One of the things that I love about Longevity is that there's so many facets to what we do. If you like to do makeup, like the More Than High Heels movement with Avelia Ariaza, which we started one here in Maryland as well, and or you just want to do the 90 for life, or you just want to do the heritage makers, which whatever floats your boat, that you have the ability to find your niche, find what you like, and that can be your passion. And I know, I can't remember who said it, I have a whole lot of I can't remember who said it moments, but if you find your passion, you'll never work another day in your life. So I just think that so many people will find the opportunity to win in every area of your life. I just think that the job place market, they're not looking to pay the money that they once did many, many, many decades ago, where you could get a job. I know a gentleman right now, he does maintenance at a school. That's what he does. He makes like $70,000 a year. Those days are over. If somebody wanted to go and do maintenance, they could be careers 20 and 25 and 30 years ago, but not now. They'll pay you $10 an hour. So, I think that MLM is absolutely the vehicle to help you dream bigger, help you live that abundant life that you talk about. And I mean, that to me is life changing, to help your kids to not live negative paycheck to negative paycheck. And I think that MLM empowers us, particularly women, to be able to do that, to take that glass ceiling off, like, oh my gosh, I got to go out and work at 7-Eleven, or I got to go work a corporate job that's going to take me away from my children, take me away from my husband or my family, and put me in a position where I have to choose. I think that MLM and network marketing, and I love Longevity because it's family owned and they promote family unity, not only within your particular family unit, but in all of us as representatives. I just think that it gives you an option to win in your family, in life, in your finances. And I think that as women, we want to do that, and we want to help our families do that.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. And isn't there like 27 stores in the Longevity Mall now? I mean, it's some crazy high number, 26 or 7.
Yeah.
And you subspecialize, like certain people only do the mineral makeup, or the scrapbooking, or whatever their essential oils. We have so many things in there that they can choose from, and they're all such powerhouse things. They really can just subspecialize in one thing like that. That's really nice, isn't it? That you can find, like you said, if you're loving what you're doing, it's not really a job then.
Right.
You're still costing it, but you love it, and so it's enjoyable and not just a job. And so I think that's a big benefit of Longevity, and finding what you want in particular to specialize in with that stuff.
Right. And I think that so many people, because they'll look at that stuff and they'll say, well, you know what? It's too much. It's not too much. You pick what you like. You don't have to feel like that you're overwhelmed or inundated, and I have to know everything about everything. And I'm one of those people. I mean, I have a bachelor's degree. I have a master's degree. I'm finishing up a PhD. I'm in the Bible Institute. I love learning stuff. And so I had to learn that you don't have to know everything. I had to learn to direct people here. Look at this video, tell me what you think, and not feeling like I have to give you a presentation, whether it's over the phone or, that using our resources. And that's the other thing that I love about Longevity, that They set us up to win. They set us up to put us in a place where, they give us all the resources, all the tools. I love that we're publicly traded, which means all of their business is, known to all. It's not a secret, because sometimes when you're a privately owned company, you do things and nobody knows about it. With what we're doing, everybody has to know, and it's a solid company, been around for, almost 20 years. And of course, there's no one like the amazing Dr. Joel Wallach. So
yeah, one of a kind right there. Yep, and that's coming out more and more. I'm so happy for that. And everybody around the world deserves to hear his message and to learn about this stuff for themselves and the people that they love, that they care about. Everyone needs to hear his message. And I'm super excited to be, in on that mission. It's really a mission. It's not a job. It's really more than that. And I'm super excited about that. I'm really happy for Doc and his reaction, at the last convention. It's just a awesome thing that we're all. It is really like a family, isn't it? It's like a community, like a family. Like everybody's so supportive, and
right.
I love it.
I love it too. And one of the things that's so amazing about what we do is that even if you're doing scrapbooking, you still need 90 for life. Even if you're doing financial services, you still need 90 for life. So that is why, people may say, well, why aren't you talking about this and talking about that? Because the 90 for life message encompasses everyone around the world. We have other things that you can do and you can dabble in, and you can make your passion, and that could be your money maker too, and that's how you bring people into the company. But you still need to be healthy. As we get older and the elasticity in our skin begins to wane, and our body begins to deplete the nutrition that it's had when we were younger, it is now time to replenish that. I remember Dr. Wallach, I love him dearly. Whenever he comes to town, I hang out with him, and he just sows into my life and speaks into my spirit. He was here I think it was about a month and a half ago, and we spent like 3 days together doing presentations, and I was taking him around, and one of the things that he said is that, this is a ministry of changing lives. He said he went to the doctor and they looked at his inside and said he has the insides of a 27-year-old. So wow. He's 73 years old. So it lets you know that maybe you'll age gracefully on the outside, but the inside, if you take the right stuff, you can absolutely empower your body. And I say this to everyone: when your body has the right vitamins, minerals, and nutrition, it has the power to heal itself of anything. I had vertigo about 5 years ago. Maybe it was a little bit more. That's when the world is spinning. And I go to the doctor. This is before I met Dr. Wallach. I go to the doctor. I'm like, oh, my God. I felt like I was dying because the world just kept spinning. So I go there. The doctor takes all these tests. He's like, oh, you're in perfect health, but there's nothing we can do about your vertigo. I said, no. I didn't wake up with that. I didn't, I wasn't born with it. It just happened. Like my 41st birthday, the next day I woke up with vertigo. So I said, there's got to be something you can do. No, you just got to take this medication. So needless to say, I never took it. Well, about a year or two later, when they were considering this acquisition of FDI being acquired by Longevity, I talked to Dr. Wallach. I was like, Dr. Wallach, I have vertigo. He laughed. He's like, oh, Linda, you just have a calcium deficiency. I said, what? I said, I knew it. I knew it was something we could fix. He told me. I got on the Healthy Body Start Pack, took a little bit extra of osteo. It was gone in 10 days, and that was like 5 years ago. Gone.
And how long did you have it? And it was gone in 10 days?
For about maybe 2 or 3 years before I met Dr. Wallach. So I just lived with it because I don't even take medicine for a headache. So I was not going to take something that would stop the world. I mean, it was annoying. And luckily, I didn't have it as bad as some people. It was positional. So whenever I would lay down, that's when, so I couldn't, so basically I had to sleep sitting up for about 2 years. But, some people get that when they're driving. Thank God excuse me, I didn't have it when I was driving and all of that. I just had it when I would try to lay down and go to sleep. The world would be spinning like this, like if I was on a merry-go-round. So I lived with it for about 2 or 3 years, met Dr. Wallach, and within 10 days, gone. And that was like about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've never had it since.
Wow. Isn't he
Yeah.
fabulous? He's so fascinating, and he just pops off all these protocols, and oh, that's no problem, and oh, arthritis is my favorite disease, and I can cure it really
Yeah.
quick. He's so fascinating, and it's like he just has so many stories and people that he's done this for so many decades.
Wow.
There's just nobody like him. He's just the greatest thing. So I'm so happy to have, found longevity and Doc and all this. So tell us, how did you get involved? Tell us about the Daily Dose. It's called the Breakfast Empowerment Hour. It's 5 days a week, crazy high number a week. How did you start that, and how do you do that?
Well, it started when I was with FDI, and there was actually they had another corporate executive that ran that actually I went to, and I was like, look, we need to do this. People need their minds to expand, but I needed some corporate backing behind it. And so I went to him. His name was Jim, and I said, look, we need to, people are not going to be able to build their business if their minds are not open and understanding that, it all starts up here. Because if you don't go here, if you don't go there in your mind first, you're never going to get there. And so we needed to help people, especially if you've had a corporate job, especially if you were used to working for someone 9 to 5. It's not the same when you start in MLM. And so to just different things and different people. So I asked him to do it, and he was like, yes. So what I did is the same thing Andrea does now, which was take intros for him. And he interviewed everybody. We always had great guests on the call. And I think I did that for about three and a half years. And then he left and went to another company. Well, President Andreoli was like, well, Linda, even though he's gone, you're the one that's been a part of this the whole time, so we're going to turn the call over to you. I was like, what? No. I was like, no, I do intros. Somebody else should do it. They were like, no. And some other corporate executive, Steve Schultz, when he was here, he was like, yeah, you can do it. So I took it over, and because people, we always have, on average, about 200 people on the call per day. So they were like, no, we can't just get rid of it. People will go crazy. No. So basically, when that happened, for 6 straight months, I did it 5 days a week. I was the person talking for 5 straight days. I would come up with something every day just to empower people. And believe it or not, it's only a half hour now. Then it was an hour. we would talk about so many different things that would just empower people to win, to let people know that at that time it was FDI and longevity, but in MLM, that glass ceiling doesn't exist, and you have the opportunity to win and make all of your dreams come true, and just helping people. And even now, we have people that aren't even in the company that get on our call, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I don't know who you are, but I saw it on Facebook, I saw it on Twitter, thanks for inviting me, this was great. So it's really just about changing people's lives and letting them know, that it's about, if you're losing faith, we may talk about that, what we can do to get that back, and stories that will help you to understand that no matter what, you win in the end. No matter what's going on around you, no matter what obstacles you face, that you win. And we have incredible leaders like Dr. Ariaza or Dr. Corey Gold or Tom Chenault or Denise Chenault or even President Andreoli, of course, Executive Vice President Mike Randolph. They all get on. But really, I just have a heart for people. That's why I got involved with it from the beginning, and that's why I've stayed with it. I've had Dr. Jack Canfield on our call. Mark Yarnell has been on our call. Incredible people who are about self-development. Dr. Ariaza says this: work harder on yourself than you do on your business. So if you're not helping yourself to become better, to be the best leader, to go to the next level, it's going to be very difficult to be a great leader or build the business the way that you want it to be.
Mm-hmm. So when you're searching, like somebody's, looking for an abundance, freedom-based lifestyle like that, no ceilings, what do you see as the most important steps, initial steps to get there?
Well, like I said, earlier on, is that we're not in the supplement business. We're in the people business. And so the most important thing is that when I sit down with them is to talk about them. My ears are open because I have two of them in one mouth and my mouth is closed. Tell me about you. Why are you here? What is it that you want? What's going on in your life that obviously you want to do something else that may give you the results that you're looking for? And then I sit back and I let them vomit all over me. Tell me their life. My knees are hurting. My back is hurting. I have a great guy right now that I just signed up CEO, and he was like, what did he say? He said, I just moved to a new neighborhood. I just sat back and listened. He said, I wanted my son to be able to go to a better school. So me and my wife moved to a new neighborhood, and our incomes, both of our incomes, are not enough. And I know a little bit about longevity, and I know about you, and I believe that you can help me. And I think it's about that we're not selling supplements or scrapbooking or financial solutions. We're selling ourselves, that we're selling longevity, that we're here to help you to aspire to be the best. And this is not just about business. This is about every area of your life. We want to enrich your marriage, enrich your relationship with your children, and longevity can help you do that. Money, love may make the world go round, but money pays for the trip. Money answers a lot of things. It really does. Even the Bible says that money answers a lot of challenges. And so, we may not go in, oh yeah, let me help you make all this money. No, let me show you how this can enrich every area of your life. And I think that that's MLM as a whole. I see people go around from opportunity to opportunity. I just choose to stay here. And I believe that it is going to explode into something magnificent. It's already big, but it's going to get bigger. And the foundation of longevity, which is, they put God first, and then family, and then our business. That is something that I want to be a part of. That is something that I know that really families and people and business are missing, because there's a lot of companies out there, and I'm sure that it's all about money. It's all about business, but those people don't stay. But when you begin to enrich the lives of people and make a difference in their lives, and let them know that we want what's best for them, that we want to see them excel and succeed beyond their wildest dreams, I think then the abundance, just everything that you stand for, that's what I talk to people about. Hey.
Yeah.
But
Yes, that's true. That's what we're so trying to share, because I don't think people know that by far, the biggest percentage of millionaires, self-made millionaires, are from MLM, from network marketing. People think it's this hokey pyramid schemey thing, which drives me crazy, because, it's like, look at a corporate structure, look at a school district, they're all in a pyramid shape. It's not about that. At least you're at the top of your own little pyramid.
That's right.
It's just an education thing that people have to get over that, and then the whole world opens up. We're so indoctrinated into the job thing and get a job, and it's really there's no comparison in the quality of the life, I don't think, of the lifestyles between that ultimate freedom, what you can do with that, versus a job where you're working in a corporate environment where you could just be a number. You could be gone after 25 years and they don't want to pay your pension. Or, you just hear the worst stories about different things like that, and people are catching on. It's crazy impressive, the numbers of the MLM industry as a whole, what they've done for people and how fast it's growing, because people are catching on. Finally, it's good. That's all good.
That is good. That's great. And I love the fact that, but, honestly, when you start talking to people about their dreams, about what you think is possible, about giving them a roadmap to success, MLM isn't the issue. I think that so many people want to try to focus on that and say that, but really, if you go to what is it? Tom Chenault's website. But anyway, where it talks about the coffee shop interview. Say that again.
Mastersofenrollment.com.
Yeah, Masters of Enrollment. I couldn't think of it. But yeah, where they do the coffee shop interview. This is all about people. It's about their heart. It's about their goals and say, okay, well, I have something for you, and I believe that this is what, and like Dr. Ariaza says, like every person, they got to write down 100 names and write down the reason why. We don't even talk until that's done. I need to know your reason why. So when I call up one of my reps, his name's Terry, and I'm like, hey, you told me that you want to be able to take trips on a whim. You told me that you needed to make more money for your family. Then why am I not doing three-ways with you every day? Whether it's 1, whether it's 50, I don't know, but we said that we're in this together. So I need to hear from you, but don't say that you want to do something. You wrote it down. Now I've got you, and I can throw that back to you. You said, oh, your son has autism, and you need to be able to buy more product without stressing out about how much it's going to cost. So why are we not doing three-ways? Why am I not talking to more people with you and for you so that we can help make your dreams come true? Because it's not about me. Zig Ziglar said it best. If you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get everything that you want. So I don't care about me. I don't care how much money I'm going to make. It is all about making big dreams come true, allowing them to live this abundance, this lifestyle that everyone absolutely deserves.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite things about the whole network marketing thing is, it's called network marketing, which people don't really think that much about that. But rather than the corporate take, which is, claw up the ladder up somebody else's back, you are literally working together. When you help them, they're helping you. It is much more it's so cohesive and it's so mutually beneficial. And where do you find that? Where do you find that? It's just it's a 180-degree mindset change that's so empowering, and it makes so much sense. I just think it's the smartest business model in the world. But people don't understand, how it really works, but they're getting it. It's good. I'm so impressed about all of the whole MLM thing.
Well, that's why the Daily Dose is so amazing, because that when you're bringing in people with corporate mindsets, get them on that call, because we are going to begin to dispel the myths, because you don't want to have to do everything. That's the great thing about longevity. We have so many resources in place, and the Breakfast Empowerment Hour, it's the only call that's 5 days a week. And they're like, okay, Linda, we need you to keep it going. I'm like, okay, and really it does as much for me as it does for everybody that's on that call. That whole environment of success. I can't tell you, every person in MLM, let me tell you, they talk about self-development, that was the #1 key to their success. Dr. Ariaza talks about it. The #1 key to success is self-development. Listening to, other people, reading biographies and books that help you go to the next level. But see, people want to skip this step and just get to the money. But this is probably the most important step. That's why the Daily Dose is so awesome. And if anyone out there wants to be on the text message list that reminds you of all the calls during the week, just send me a text message to 443-864-9637. That's 443-864-9637. And just say, add me to the group, put your first and last name, and you'll get all the text messages of all the calls. I think I do about 98%. I may miss one here and there that are happening during the week. Can you get on them all? Say no, because of course you need time to build your business. But if you're free, jump on a call, because it maybe you're going through something that day, and you're like, yes, I needed this. Yes, my heart is open to winning, and oh, it's really not that bad. And that's what we help. The Breakfast Empowerment Hour helps keep people in the game, help keep people in your business and my business, because really everybody goes through something, and unfortunately that's the main time that people quit. So that's another great thing about the Breakfast Empowerment Hour.
Yeah, and having all those top level speakers on, isn't it really so helpful that they were not born with a silver spoon in their mouth? They did not start on the top rung. They came from like really difficult circumstances in a lot of cases. Some of the most successful people were like bankrupt, or people passed away, or big stuff.
Repossessions, foreclosures, yes.
Yeah, foreclosures and stuff like that. But they made it, didn't they? They came out the other end, and to hear their story after story like that, they're not unique. They're not the queen or the king and started up there. They worked and made it through some difficulties to get there. So it is really nice to hear the true stories of real people that have been there, done that. I think that's super helpful. I love your call. It's really great, and it's got a good variety on there. It's really nice.
Yes. Well, one of the things that's so amazing, and I think the reason I resonate so much with, because so many people look at people like Tom Chenault, who've been with the company for like 20 years. They're like, I got to give it 20 years? Are you kidding? I don't have 20 years. I'm 50 now. I'm going to be doing this till I'm 70, But when you look at someone like Dr. Ariaza, who 2 years ago had his house foreclosed upon, his car repossessed, 2 years ago. So in 2 years, he's the top money earner in the company, making over 6 figures a month in 2 years. Would you be willing to give 2 years of your life to something like that? 2 years? Now that I can do. I think that's why I look at that. No, I admire what so many people, but they have been around for such a long time. So you don't want to think that everybody that comes here has to 20 years. That's like a corporate job. But when you see somebody who lets you know you could give it 20 years or you could give it 2, it depends on the kind of effort that you're willing to put in. Like you said, it's network marketing, which most people don't think about it. And you may say, oh, the opportunity doesn't work. No, it's more that you don't work. And that's why the opportunity is not working. And so, so when I look at the disparities of different people. Some people have been here for 20 years and they're multimillionaires. I look at Dr. Ariaza. He's been here and working for 2, and he's a multimillionaire. So guess what? You can be somewhere in between. Maybe it's not 20 years, but you can say, at least I could give it 5. If he could do it in 2, and he did a presentation every day, 7 days a week for the first year, well, maybe I could do it for 3 days, for the first year, and I can get this done in 3 years or 4 years. The opportunity exists, and I love just having, like you said, it's such a variety of people and of experiences and how they build the business. Some people, they just focus on product and they're multimillionaires. Some people, they focus on the opportunity and they're multimillionaires. So there's so many different ways, but you just got to figure out, where do you fit in and run with it with all that you have. And you know what? The best is yet to come for your life, and you just got to believe it, receive it, and it's yours. I believe that.
I do believe that too, and he's a perfect example, isn't he? He's put 26,000 people in his team in 2 years.
Yes.
And he came from like non-functional. He was in bankruptcy. He talks about all that stuff. And
yes.
He's a perfect example of the ideal of this is what you want to follow. He's all about, everything that he does is like choreographed for like years ahead, like year 1, year 2, year 3. His meetings are very, very choreographed just the same way. They don't random anything. It's systems. He's got systems in place, and you follow A, B, C, D, which is great. And the thing about it is, he's a perfect example too of, he'll share with you all that. He's on the Daily Dose every Monday. Yes. And he talks about, this is what you do. This is how you do it.
Exactly.
And that openness like that and helping each other is, I feel, very rare from what I've seen in the business world. You don't get that as much. It's too competitive. And then everybody's trying to help each other. It's just quite a different feeling. Very, very empowering.
Absolutely. And I think that also, what Dr. Ariaza, he's got a bigger vision because, yeah, it's great that you have your own culture and your own team, but we want this to be $1 billion company. That means all of us have to win. That means we all have to collectively, and that's why I love the fact, he was like, Linda, he said, if you'll have me, I'll be on every Monday. So people, that's why I tell people, you don't really have to call the top leaders. Get on the call and listen. Go in the archives and say, oh, he talked about this and he talked about that, and or she talked about this and she talked about that, and inviting and all of these things, and how you really, really get to win in this business. And then you can share it with your team, and you can share it with your downline. And, I know you can't get on all the calls, but that's why they have created the resource center, so that you're able to just get what you need and keep yourself inspired. So there's no excuses. Everybody's like, oh, well, read that well by myself, and I need to develop myself, but I don't have any upline. Well, everybody that's on that call is your upline, or they're your business partner to help you win. So you can go into the resource center, listen to that, and it helps you, just abundantly, significantly, to do all that you need to do and to keep your head right and stay in the game.
Which, that's where it all stems from. That's where it starts. You have to be able to persist and keep going, and it is a self-improvement, course with a paycheck attached to it. That's the way it is. So
right.
The comp plan comes along with that, and it is really nice. People of that caliber, will help us and show us the best way to do things. It's, he's the same way on this show right here on the Abundance Lifestyle Show. He's got the last Wednesday of every month. That's his slot to come on and do some training, and I'm always bugging him. We need to do more training. Can I record this? What about that? And blah, blah, blah. And he's so patient about that. Because, he's a poor guy. He's just glommed constantly.
Right.
And he has so many people that want him on everything. But, there's so many people like that, like Ben Fuchs. Listening to him talk about cell health, which is really the baseline of everything.
Yeah.
Fascinating. The guy is just amazing.
I love Ben Fuchs. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Super awesome. Well, we're almost 45 minutes right now. I know we could talk 3 more hours.
Of course.
It goes by fast. Is there anything else that you want to share with people, or, any hints, or where things are going with longevity, anything at all?
Well, it's funny because yesterday I just bought 500 more shares of stock.
Oh my gosh, I want to get more too.
Yeah. So, you can, there's plenty of places you could do it online. I use Share Builder because people always ask me that. And I know that this is going to, definitely longevity is the wave of the future. And so you've got to ride this wave out. YGYI is our ticker symbol for stock. So, if you're not buying, I think I bought 500 more shares and it was like $120. So I'm just saying, the opportunity, it's only a matter of time. What we do and what we have is so significant. And don't blame me if the stock goes down. It doesn't matter. It's long term anyway. Put it in there and let it sit. I promise you, I don't know how many years from now it's going to be, but it's going to be up there and hundreds of dollars worth of what the stock will be worth at some point, because we are growing. We are on the cusp of innovation, motivation, transformation, and you want to be a part of this. We continuously are acquiring other companies. Why? Because companies are dropping like flies. They're having a difficult time, and they still want to have their company stay alive to a certain degree. So coming to a place like longevity, even though longevity acquires the company, that they will have a place that they can still see their name and maybe grow their business under an umbrella, with all of us, with 700, 800, 900,000, people under one roof. So yeah, there's something just very special. And let me just tell you this. If you don't know, get to convention. It will absolutely open your eyes in a way like you never thought possible. When I first, when it was first talked about that FDI was going to be acquired by Longevity, I said I was quitting the business. That's the truth. I was like, I'm out. I'm done. Because other things had happened before. It wasn't just that one decision. It was a succession of decisions that I was just like, you know what, this is not going in. This is just, it seems like another difficult, not good decision, right? So something in my spirit said, get on a plane and fly to California and see what this is all about. So I was like, ugh, what? And it was like a week before I needed to be there because they had invited all, VPMDs and above. They had invited us out. And so I was like, fine. I get on a plane. I flew out there. I meet Dr. Wallach. I meet CEO Steve Wallach, Michelle Wallach, sat down with them, met so many other great representatives that were part of the company. And this is what I said. I said, this is something special. I was about to walk away. So let me tell you something. If you're debating, you think that this is not it, come to convention in a couple of weeks. You can still get there. You can still get registered. It is going to change your life. So my team, I have several people from my team that are coming, and I told them, I said, this is not just about your business. This is about your family. This is about your future. This is about your children. This is about your relationship. It's far beyond just business. This is about helping you live the greatest life that you absolutely deserve, and longevity is one of the vehicles to make that happen. So if you're like, I don't know about this longevity thing, I'm not sure about this longevity thing, I implore you, I'm telling you, get to convention. It will broaden your horizons, it will open your mind, and you will know that you're in the right place at the right time, and this is the company for you.
And that's March 25th, 6th, 7th, Ontario, California.
Yes.
In like 3 weeks.
Yes, in 3 weeks, and you can still get there. Let me just say this: if you're like, oh my God, the plane tickets are expensive, try it one way. And then one way coming back, because I've gotten several people tickets and they did it that way, and it was probably $200 to $300 cheaper. So don't use that as an excuse. It's the first quarter of the year. You want to see big things in 2015. You need to make some sacrifices and say, you know what? It's like going to, you say, oh, I'm going to go to this event, a Tony Robbins event or a Jim Rohn event or whatever it is. You know what? This is the same thing. You say, look, I need to make big things happen in 2015. Well, convention is the catalyst to catapult you to making big dreams come true. I have declared 2015 the year of realized dreams. So if you want to see those dreams come out of your heart into your hands, get to convention.
Me too. I do feel like that too. And you're right on with the longevity and the future of it. It's going to be a household name.
Yes.
People don't realize that yet, but the top dogs that are flocking into longevity is crazy impressive, including, of all people, who knows Keith Halls, who was the CFO of Michigan, $1 billion company. He helped take it to $1 billion company. He did a ton, I think a year of research on MLM companies before he chose longevity. And he's a big dog, has been forever, been around. He knows all the ins and outs. He can evaluate all the comp plans. And there is a lot of trapdoor comp plans, just saying, people. You need to make sure it's the right company. Don't judge what might have happened before with something that's legit, like longevity, that is able to take you to your dreams. And it is about, achieving your dreams. I have my new thing that I'm doing, which is my show channels, which is like this. I produce and provide shows for our people in longevity or out of longevity to meet with their teams worldwide, like Dr. Ariaza. Again, for an example, he's got people in Mexico, in Peru, wherever. People have people in Australia or Europe or whatever. You can tie them all together in one meeting or fragments of them, however you want to do it. Sure. The latest, greatest technology like this is crazy, powerful, and versatile. So I'm just digging that a lot, and people are really catching on to that too. I just think longevity is going to explode, and I think that this is one more thing to help that happen, because it's so you can blast it across prospecting or connecting existing people or whatever. That's part of what I'm doing with all this stuff. Is that's part of the whole mission philosophy is that everyone needs to know this. Everyone deserves to know about doc and how critical the minerals are, and
Yeah,
people have no idea. They
they
have
don't.
no idea about that stuff, and they should be able to hear about that. So it's going to be a household name. It's going to be a
Absolutely.
household name. We haven't hit momentum yet, and
Yeah,
you can see it coming. I'm so excited. Bring it. 2015 is whole way different ball game than 2014, and
absolutely.
people are flocking on with us. So it's awesome.
And
Loving that.
thank you for providing this forum, Becky, because it is so needed. There's so many people around the country, around the world that are looking for places to connect. And for you to provide this forum, it is powerful. It's amazing. And I just appreciate you. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda. Tell your people come watch you on your show, and then
I
more
will.
people will catch on with it. It's new. I mean, it takes a while to get going, but once we build up that roster in the with the YouTube channel, and people can go back and look at all the top people like you, people that
Yeah.
are helping people empower their lives. Like you said, it's not just business. It's
Right.
your world. Your whole world can be 180 degrees different.
Sure.
So it's really cool. I love it. All the pieces are coming together in so many ways with longevity for so many people in different ways, and it's just a beautiful thing to see, isn't it?
It's amazing, and I'm just, I'm thankful that every day, and it's funny because I think about that moment when I was going to quit the business, that I'm thankful that I got on that plane and
What if
flew
you did
over
it?
there.
That's so amazing.
Yeah, because sometimes our own perception, when we're in our own mind, our own limited thinking, like you said, and then you're dealing with past issues, and you're like, this is just another bad, I know that so many people have come over from different companies who have been acquired by Longevity, and they've had that same attrition problem because people just don't like change. And I think that, longevity has changed that fear of change to something better. That, you know what, there are some changes that you do need to be fearful of, but there are some changes that will help you succeed, that will help you go to the next level, and you've got to be able to evaluate that, put those things into perspective. We were talking about perspective today on the Daily Dose, and know that you have the ability to, that all change is not bad, and evaluate it accordingly, and give it a chance, and do evaluate it. Don't just write it off as a bad decision by the company, or what are they doing, what's happening. Don't do that. Absolutely evaluate it on its own merit.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Because, even though you might have had a bad experience before, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
Follow the example of somebody that did do the billion-dollar thing and is saying longevity is the next billion-dollar thing. We're poised for that.
I love Keith Hall. He's been on the Daily Dose. He's amazing. I love him.
He's amazing. Well, we probably should wrap it up. It's almost been an hour. It's like 7 till. And I have one more question for you, though, Linda.
Sure.
How do you look like you're 25 years old on camera, for crying out loud, girl?
Well,
tell me what you're doing.
longevity makeup, baby. It's the truth. I'm telling you, because it's all natural. Again, it's not just what you put on the inside of your body, it's what you put on the outside of your body. Everybody thinks my daughter is my sister. My daughter will be like, don't encourage her, she's my mother. But I do love that. Yeah, and I do love that, and just being happy and fulfilled and living this abundant life, and not being overly stressed. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not easy to do this, but it's also difficult to have a 9-to-5 and do that. So, everything is going to require some work. So, but yeah, I use our products. I do as much as I possibly can. There's very few things that I use on my face or on my body that is not a longevity natural product. And so that's what I do. I just use Longevity. Our makeup is amazing, and actually for a long time I didn't even use it. I was like, because I don't like change, right? And so I just said, let me just order a bunch of stuff and let me see how this stuff works. And I used it, never looked back. Amazing, amazing.
I'm still using some of this and some of that, but after having Avilia Ariaza on the show, she's all about the glam thing and the more than
Yes,
hot heels and the mineral makeup, because Longevity developed mineral makeup in-house. It has absolutely no additives, no bismuth, no
yes,
cooties at all in it. And
yes,
even the top ones, Jane Iredale and people, Bare Minerals, those have additives in there. That's not good for you.
right.
And so they actually developed their own in-house one. But after watching her, she actually did a makeover on herself on my show. I was like, oh my gosh, and she's so pretty. Yeah, if you missed it, you got to go see last week's show. Crazy
Oh,
impressive.
I have to see
Oh my
that.
gosh. Actually, it was maybe the show before that, but I can send you a link if you want. She was so
Yeah, definitely.
so beautiful. She came with nothing and did her whole makeup on during the show. And then to see what she did and the different things she's talked about the products, which ones she liked, what brushes when, where to do things. Oh my gosh. So now I'm going to pick up several things when I come to convention just because to see what she could do and why and how she did it and stuff. She was just fabulously impressive. It was really fun to watch. So that was a cool show. Yeah. You still with us, Linda? You're frozen up. Okay, we seem to have lost Linda's signal, but we were pretty much wrapping up anyways. We're so glad you guys were with us today. We so appreciate Linda Tyler. She's just beautiful inside and out, and it was so much fun with her today. So it's these caliber people that's so helpful with everyone in longevity, trying to help everybody be their best. And we so appreciate you joining us today. And we'll look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate it.